right, so here in this video we're going to be going over sessions. Sessions are important because it's generally when price is more likely to move. It's not always going to follow these sessions, but it does give you a good guideline to run around. So you've probably heard of a lot of these before. The main sessions that I look at are the central bank dealers range, Asia, London, New York in the morning, and New York in the evening. So I'm in Central Time, but I always use Eastern Standard Time. Like I was telling you guys in the first section, I came up through ICT Concepts, and he's always used Eastern Standard Time. So it was always easier for me to just adjust to that instead of having to always hop back and forth. So there's the big three, which are going to be Asia, London, and New York. And what you need to do, or what I recommend, is that you always pick one session. So for example, I met with a one-on-one student the other day, and they were using the old schedule that I had originally started with. So when I first started trading, when I first started trading, I was actually in high school, but when I started trading based on these sessions and based on ICT Concepts, I was in college. And I would trade London for a couple hours, and then I'd take a nap, wake back up, and then I would trade New York. Now, that schedule is not very sustainable. If you live over in, say, like Europe or on the other side of the world, it's actually a lot easier because London is the beginning of the day for you. But if you're in the States, London is pretty much going to be, 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning. If you're over in California, I think it might start around 11 or 12. But other than that, if you're in the United States, I would recommend that you trade New York unless you have a job or something else that may keep you busy during that session. And also, say you have a job, you can't trade London, and you can't make it to New York, then I would recommend you trade Asia. I would also recommend that you pick a pair that would fit better with Asia. So the GBP pairs, JPY pairs, Australian pairs, New Zealand pairs, those are probably going to be your best bets if you're going to be trading the Asian session. So Asia, the general type of movement that we'll expect from Asia is a consolidation. It opens around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and closes around midnight Eastern Standard Time. Again, all these are going to be in Eastern Standard Time. That is the time that I use. So while Asia is typically a consolidation, London is typically an expansion or a reversal or some form of both. So London generally opens around 1 a.m. and closes around 5 a.m. Then we have New York. It's very similar to London. We either get an expansion, a reversal, or some form of both. We're generally going to open around 7 a.m. and close around 10 a.m. So price might not always respect these to the T, but these are stagnant price levels that we use. And we used to have daylight savings time. I'm not sure if they discontinued that or if that was a rumor, but we don't really respect daylight savings time as far as these session times. We stick to whatever 7 a.m. is Eastern Standard Time. That's our New York opening price. Now, we also have our New York PM session. If you're not able to make it to the AM session, it's generally between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. That's Eastern Standard Time. And we put a focus on 1:30, that's Eastern Standard Time, as where we expect that price movement to really start moving. You also have to check your news. And for New York, the AM session, we look at 8:30 or 9:30, excuse me. And that's going to be our sessions as well as our big three. So what I would recommend to you right now, you've learned a price action setup. What we're about to do in this next video is put it all together with our sessions.